Hello everyone, it's Yvette with Yvette's Junk Journal Shop, and as you can see I have a full desk full of journals today, and there's a story behind these. So some of these you may have seen before. The reason for that is, for some reason in my coffee shop, it was brought to my attention from one of the artists that she couldn't view one of the journals that she had sent me and that I've shown in a previous video, so she wondered if it sold, and I knew I had that journal in my inventory. So I looked and I couldn't find it. So I looked for another journal and I couldn't find that one. So what I did was I went through all of my inventory and compared it to what's in the shop to make sure that things weren't missing. And I found all of these journals somehow got taken out of my coffee shop. And I'm not sure how that happened. I do have a message into them asking how that happened. So as I continue to talk, I'm just going to move a couple of these aside. We're going to go through these journals today, and I'm going to relist them in my shop. So I wanted to give these journals an opportunity to be seen. So I'm just going to move some things aside so I have a little room on my desk. But yeah, like I said, I have no idea how or why that happened. They were in there when I looked. There are several different artists whose journals are no longer in there. So I have gone through everything and made sure that they're in there. So the first journal we're going to look at here is from Beatrice. It has a buckle clasp or closure, and then she has a doily that's removable. The whole outside of this journal cover is lace. I'm going to move my phone up just a little bit here so that maybe I can get that in better view. So she's covered the whole outside in layers and layers of different kinds of lace. Very pretty. And if you have been watching my channel or saw Beatrice's work on Nevermore Creations prior to me taking over the marketplace, you know that her journals are fabulous. So she has a pocket here in the front. The whole inside is also covered in that lace, and this is called Sisters. It is 6 inches by 10 inches high, 2 signatures with 100 pages. So as you can see, Beatrice adds all these special little vintage touches in her journal and gives them just the right amount of grungy love, as I like to call it. So as we flip through, I'm not going to pull everything out. These were shown in a prior video. So if you just type in Yvette in my junk journal, or in my YouTube channel, just type in my name and then type in Beatrice, Beatriz, and any journals that I've shown of hers will show up. So even if you'd like some grungy inspiration, it's a great way to get that for sure. So she's got lots of coffee dyed papers, little cutouts and tuck spots all throughout the journal. This is some embossed wallpaper. She's got rusty paper clips, music paper, vintage photos. Very lovely journal. She likes to use things in her journal that you wouldn't really think about using, but they all come together beautifully. Here's our second signature. We have a big tuck spot there with a vintage card cover. So I have a lot of journals to go through, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on each one of these, but we will definitely get through them. So it might be a little bit longer video than you're used to on my channel, but I hope you stay tuned in until the end. Also, if you will subscribe to my channel, I am having a giveaway coming up when I reach my goal of 1,600 followers, so I'm getting closer to that. I'd love to give that journal away by the end of the year. And then any purchases in my shop between now and December 15th will receive, any purchase of $40 or more will receive a discount. And then also in my Ko-fi shop, any purchases that have been made in my shop since I opened it. I will be doing a drawing on the 15th. Once I have 600 followers on my Ko-fi shop, I'll have a drawing for for a journal over there too. So check that out. I'm going to move on to our next journal here. This is a set of journals that I made, boho sister journals. So we have a big sister and a little sister. Quickly go through these. Hand stitched cover with fabric pieces and a little overlay. So I have, this is my kit that I have here. Have that available in my Ko-fi shop for free. It's a daisy kit. Daisies, all kinds of good stuff in there. So these were made out of 2 kits in my shop. The kits are free, so check that out. They will be under the free digis section in my shop. I have some of Cheryl's from Cheryl's Crafts dandelion dyed paper there. I've done some stenciling, put some lace on the edges, coffee dyed paper with doily or lace. Done some stitching around the edges of the pages. Also some hand stitching, or hand drawn stitching, and hand stitching. And then in the back I have the cover there. So that's the first one. And it comes with a silk closure that I just wrap around and tie. So I tied it in the middle there. It wasn't long enough. So when it's done, it's got 2 little bows on the front. And then the companion journal to that, these are sold as a set, has a yellow sari silk closure that I've wrapped around a couple times here, giving you plenty of room to let it grow. And then I've attached it to this vintage piece of crochet, and then I've put vintage buttons all along each peak there. So that's the closure for the little sister. Then again, we have elements from my kit. This one's a little bit more blingy, like sisters are. They're similar but different. So that's how I made these journals. So you could use these for yourself or gift one to a sister or a friend or loved one. Be a great way to share the journal. Again, I've done some hand stitching around the edge there. So where the other one's a little bit more muted, this one's a little bit more colorful. Just kind of trying to go with the idea of sisters and different personalities that we have. And then in the back I have a whole bunch of pieces that are extra that you can use wherever you like in the journals. So I'll go ahead and tie this one up again. I just put it on like this, wrapped it around a few times, and then tucked it in. That's how I close that one. Okay, the next ones that we have here, got a couple. Not sure who they're from. I don't remember on this one. Okay, so we have a layered cover. It's cardstock with some lace trim. This is by Deb Obrowski, and it's called Belle's Garden 2. So it is a garden-themed journal. She's done some stenciling throughout. Got a little picture behind there. And a pocket over here, belly band actually. She's got little different sayings. Doily center. All through my life, the new sights of nature made me rejoice like a child. So this will be very fun to play in. Spring is coming. I know we're headed into Christmas time, but you know, just want to get these reshown because, like I said, for some reason they are not in my shop, and I know they were in there. So I have had people ask me how I do that. So what I do is I video or record the video, And then I take photos of each journal that's in the video. Then I upload the video or the photos and the description and the price into my shop as a listing. And then once it's listed in my shop, I make those listings live, and then I go back and make the video live. So everything will be in my shop by the time you see the video. So yeah, I don't know how they didn't stay in my shop. So that is a question I have asked for sure. So this is called Scrappy Happy Green Wildflower Eclectic Journal, 8.5 by 9.5, 80 pages, single signature, and this is by Michelle Wynn. So Michelle does a lot of her own like mixed media things with ink and ink dyeing, things like that. And you'll see those throughout. You know, she's done it on the little Tim Holtz cutout there. This is a digital page of her artwork, her original artwork. And these are all digital copies of her artwork. And then she's got a journal card in a pocket there. Does a wonderful job with layering. She's got a little bird cut out here. That's really cute. Pocket here with a whole bunch of different ephemera in there. And a little journal card over here. Tuck spot, a little clipped on. It's really cute. I like the mix of the scrapbook papers with her own touches. That's nice. Got a little flap that flips up the envelope there on the back side. Little pocket here. She's done some machine stitching on some of the pages or ephemera. Really lovely. I'm glad I got to show this one again. It's always fun to look through journals and see what ideas other people have. Okay, so there's that one from Michelle. I'm going to pull in a couple more here. We have one called Little Folks. This is by Barbara Dew. It is hardcover, 5.5 by 8.5, 2 signature, 64 pages. So she has made a hardcover, layered it up with some different elements on here. She's got some faux beads or flat back beads, a little embellishment there. She's got a big paper clip on the back. And then she has the lace attached on the cover, which just wraps around and ties on the side. Let's put that back in so I don't lose it. She does a little flip out. She's got a pocket here and a journal card. So I hope you guys check these out. Again, they can all be found in my Ko-fi shop. That's Yvette's Junk Journal shop. And I have these goodies as well as many, many other items in there. So whether you are into buying a pre-made journal or you want a journal kit to try to make your own journal, we have those in there. And then we also have made-up journals, so you can buy those and purchase those as they are. And then I have handmade ephemera, I have paper packs, lace packs, fabric journal covers, digital kits, anything related to junk journaling. So I hope you check that out. Enter yourself for the drawing by subscribing to my channel or being a follower on my Ko-fi shop. This one here is called Rosemary. It is a fabric covered cardstock or chipboard, and then we have a layered up journal plate on there with some lace on the bottom and down the spine, and then the back is covered in that same pretty fabric. Inside it's covered with cardstock. This is from Barbara Dew. It's 5" by 8", 3 signatures, 60 pages. And she said it's made from a cereal box cover. So if you have been watching my channel for any length of time, you know Barbara and you know how beautiful her journals are. Always very fun and interactive. So I am very fortunate as we are coming to the end of the year. I'm reflecting on things that have happened in my shop, and I love the direction it's going. All the artists that are represented in my shop, I feel like we appreciate each other, and that's a great feeling to have. So if you are an artist looking for a place to sell your journals, go ahead and email me. I have my email in the description box, and I can send you the details for how to do that and the requirements. So anyway, just want to put that little plug in your ear. All right, and then we've got a couple more here. It looks like we have about 3 more. So I'll pull these 2 up. This one here is got a music theme on the front. It has a silk tie, blue, pink, that's pink, pink tie. We have some fabric around, and then lace here and down the spine. It's sort of a soft cover, although I can feel there's some structure to it. It is a little bit softer than like a chipboard covered fabric, so looks like there's some padding in there. This is from Jane Dilly. It is 6 inches by 9 inches, 3 signatures, 148 pages. And it looks like we are definitely music themed here. You hear jumbling in the background. My grandson is home, and he is jumping, I believe, on his little indoor exercise trampoline. So if you hear that, he's perfectly safe. He's just having fun. I just keep hearing bonk. So his room is next to my craft room, so we do have insulation in here, so I don't know if that's picking up or not, but I can certainly hear him. Not a problem for me, but it might be for you. Sorry if it is. I work my shop around my life here, and with multi-generational family in my house, sometimes I just have to push record and go with what I get. It's inevitable I'll get toward the end of this video and somebody will pop in and say hello, and I'll be like, I'm recording, I have to start over now. So hopefully that won't happen. I got 2 more journals to show here. So again, that's from Jane Dilly. So you can type in the name of the journal or the artist name, and available journals will pop up. We have this one here. This is Beatrice. I can tell from it, just the feel of it. This is a velvet cover, and then she's got an elastic with a vintage element on there, jewelry element. And this one is called Glam Rose. It is 5 inches by 7.5, 3 signatures, 60 pages. New fabric and laces, old paper from books and magazines, and old jewelry. So she's got a pocket up front here, and vintage buttons and little elements hanging on the edges of the page. Coffee dyed paper, there's a little element up there. How fun is this? Pink and black always reminds me of my grandmother, because she loved pink and black together. Or pink, even pink and gray, but if she could get away with it, she would have pink and black everywhere in her house and her clothes. So it always reminds me of her, and her last name was Rose, so that's always fun to think about too. She had over 50 rose bushes in her backyard. Oh, that's pretty. And they'd been there for years and years, and you could smell her roses coming down the street. They were so lovely. So anyway, this journal reminds me of my grandma. That's great. So there's that one. And then we have one final journal here. And it is a big one, so let me move some of these other ones over so I can scoot this up. A very small craft space to film in, so sometimes it makes things a little bit difficult, so please bear with me while I scoot some of these over and give us a full view of this journal. So here we have a tie that wraps around. This feels like a decoupage paper cover. It is textured on there as well, and then it has fabric reinforced and sewn down the side here. We have a tassel on here that has several different little charms on there. We have a bird and a feather, a heart and a gear. And as we open this up, we're going to learn a little bit more about this one. So this is a little taller journal. It does have a little bit of a stiff cover on it, just making you aware of that. This is called Dragonfly Splendor. It's by Gita, and it is 6 inches by 10.5, 2 signatures, 144 pages, and she used several different kits here. I'll show you here where she used the different stitch kits. So as we look in here, we have a pocket in the front that she's tucked some things into. A little booklet there. And that just slips into this fabric pocket on the front. And it's got a pocket on the back as well with a big journal card in there. She's got lots of different kinds of paper in this one. And even a paper bag in here. A little flap. That's a fun belly band. She took a piece of silk fabric and ran it through on the back side and tied it, and then there's a belly band on each side that way. Very creative. So we got dragonflies. So fun, really colorful. Got a journal card there. And a little tuck spot here. Envelope that flips up and out so you can journal on there. Done some hand sewing along the top here, and this is a flip spot with a bunch of different little pieces on there that you can tear off and use in the journal as you want, or write on them right in place. And she has a journal card in there. Didn't want to come out readily, so I'm going to leave it in there. She's got a little envelope on the side here, another flip spot. And then in the back we have a large belly band here made out of a piece of wallpaper border. And then this just wraps around like this and tucks in. Oh, let's put the card in there before I close that off, or the details. So again, these are all available in the journal section of my shop, Yvette's Junk Journal Shop on Ko-fi. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you stayed to the end, thank you so much for sticking with me. And we have some formerly seen but needs to be seen again journals. So hope you check these out, check out my shop, and like, subscribe, and do all the good things. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video, and have a great day.